TC, that's right. Northeastern has a 1-0 lead thanks to some dazzling saves by Devin Levi in goal. But it's also interesting to watch what he does during breaks for his team. As he comes out of his crease, turns around, faces the net, and takes a seat on the ice to start meditating. Devin picked this up when he first was a goaltender for Team Canada and World Juniors and realized he doesn't like long TV breaks. He went to the bench, said that's not my thing, and came back. For him, it breaks up the game into little segments. Good or bad, whatever happened, he puts it behind him. And when he meditates, he focuses on the present. Welcome back to Fenway Park, where Northeastern has a 2-0 lead over UConn. And I'm back at the Green Monster. I wanted to check it out because it is, in fact, all 37 feet, 2 inches tall that it says it's listed at. And for Grant Riley and Northeastern, they have a reminder on their bench every game of the height of this because he wears the number 37 because of how tall the Green Monster is. Now, he wore the number 1 his whole life, but when he got to Northeastern, Devin Levi had it. So he had to make a switch. The reason he went with 37 is because his great-grandfather, William Coleman, owned the construction company that was contracted to build the Green Monster. But the story so far has been the weather. Started out with rain, became heavy, wet snow, and is back to lighter snow. But speaking with some of the Quinnipiac players before the game, Captain Lexi Agia told me it's made the ice soft and definitely slowed down the puck. Zoe Boyd reiterated that as well, the fellow captain for Quinnipiac. But what she harped to me was both teams are battling the elements. You just have to focus on the fundamentals. End of the day, they're both taking on the weather, the ice, and each other. So you have to focus further on their hockey.
Thank you, George. That's George Balekji, who will be with us ice level today and tomorrow. Got a little bone to pick, though. How did George get one of those Frozen Fenway hats?
It's warm up here.
TC, I said your name at the pro shop, actually. That's what happened. I walked in and said, put on Tom Cairns' tab.
Is that what it is?
I'll take it with me.
Thank you.
Thanks for the Bees jersey, too, by the way.
At least I can do, please.
6th win in overtime this season, most in the nation. What about your team? What about your players allows them to find their best hockey when it matters most?
Well, we have some really talented guys, and they play for each other, and, they just never give up, so really proud of them.
And Merrick Hayduke with that winner, 1.5 seconds left. What kind of player is he?
Well, Merrick's, first-year student and a great player, and, it's probably his first shift in overtime all season, so he made the most of it, and I'm so happy for him.
Why go to him in that setting, the first shift for a freshman? Thanks, TC. Greg, you were hesitant to get into that group shot with your players. You said, let the kids have the moment. What was it like to see them perform that they did tonight and pull off the win? The last 9 minutes, 2 penalty kills. That was tight hockey. What did you see from your guys there? You came into tonight, no goals in your BC career after playing 4 years at Notre Dame before transferring. What was it like to get it not just at Boston College, but here at Fenway? #1 power play in the country is what UMass has. You guys shut them out late twice to hold on to this win. What went right on your penalty kill? And for you guys coming into this tournament, you told me this team is hungry to end this Beanpot drought. What do you have to see from your team? What do you have to do over the next 2 periods to satiate that hunger?
I think we need to want a little bit more.
UConn responded with a lot of physicality. You guys answered with another goal. How important is that for the momentum moving forward? You have a lot of goals in front of you, but you always said it started with tonight. What does this do to set you up for the Beanpot, Hockey East, and the NCAA tournament?
George, find out what's the Bobcat's name.
Boomer the Bobcat.
Boomer the Bobcat.
We're dancing, but I saw Wally shoveling, and I go to Boomer. I'm like, hey, man, all hands on deck, grab one. Smart man didn't help, just went back to dancing because he has a job to do.
I guess, which is dancing.
And also, shout out the mascots. They have shoes on, no boots to cover up these paws. Wally with some New Balances. So you guys, it's not a lot of snow resistance, not a lot of rain resistance either. I guess the fur helps, does it, Wally? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so they're staying cool. Oh, thank you, Wally. Forgot Wally's hat.
He's just getting one hat after another.
TC, so checking in on Henry Thrun right after the second period ended. Before he went to the locker room, he was immediately getting looked at by Harvard trainers. Hearing from a Harvard spokesman, they told me he's dealing with an upper body issue. He is on Harvard's bench, but I have not seen him on the ice yet in this period.
No, he hasn't been, George.
Welcome back to TD Garden, where Northeastern has a 2-0 lead over BU with 9 minutes left in the third period. Now, we heard from Dominic Fensori after the second, and there was no loss of confidence of what that locker room holds. The reason for that isn't the number 3 ranking that BU has earned, but before the season, Jay Pandolfo had them do an exercise where the entire team got pebbles, wrote what they brought to the team on one side, what they bring to their family on the others. Matt Brown wrote strength for what he brings to his family and tenacity for what he brings to the team. Goalie Drew Comesso wrote that he's a calm C. That's what he brings to his team. To see that 3-1 lead disappear, who had the message? Who gave this team confidence that once it went to overtime, you guys could have the answer?
I've got to say, we were pretty deflated after that, after BC's comeback, but I will say William DeVoe on the bench, senior with great locker room presence, really gave the boys what we needed to step up in the overtime.
But what exactly was that? Thanks, TC. Devin, no Sith Lords for you to face tonight, just the #1 scoring offense in all of college hockey. They needed an extra skater to get that one goal. But what led to you to have so much success tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the boys played amazing today. We had so much motivation to go in and beat them. They're a really good team. So we just really wanted to win. And, you know, when you put that into the universe, it pays off. So.
Motivation goes back to last season. This is your first Beanpot. What does this win against a #3 team in the country do for your team going into next Monday night?
Yeah.
Frozen Fenway, you got the win. Tonight, opening night of the Beanpot, once again showing up on a big stage. What about this team? Do the big moments bring out the best of them? What is it like coming out of your first Beanpot game that you want to carry into next Monday night? Devin, congrats, and once again, may the force be with you.
Thank you, you too.
TC, back to you. So, John, first goal in the first period was even strength. The next two in the second were both on the power play. What's been working with the man advantage for your team? What will leadership preach to the rest of the team when you head into that locker room? What does that score this early in the game coming from you do for the rest of your team to help them settle down? At the moment you take the ice tonight, you guys are the defending champs. The targets will be on your back. What gives you confidence that your team will answer to that pressure? Marshall have a 2-goal lead heading into the third. More importantly, you've held UMass to under 20 shots so far. What's been going right for the defense so far?
Yeah.
Hey guys, and for the first time tonight, I'm noticing the Fenway grounds crew is stepping in, helping them clear out that pathway where the Zambonis exit from. So at first it was the Army sent from the NHL. These shovels, these guys have been nonstop, just monsters tonight. Fenway Park grounds crew is stepping in to help them out as well. Literally all hands on deck to make this ice as great as possible, which they've been doing tonight.
Well, you can see in that shot right there, you know, the guys in the black jackets, those are the NHL guys. The guys in the red jackets, that's a grounds crew. That's the grounds crew.
George,
now,
where
if it
is
keeps
your
up,
shovel,
George
though?
is going to end up being part of this.
I want to ask for one, but I think there'll be a union violation, so I'm going to let the pros do it. Also, I don't want to break my back on the ice, so I'm going to stay away.
Yeah, don't mess up that beautiful hat that you somehow got, and nobody
Sonny,
else
yours
did.
is on the way up, by the way.
Sure. I have no doubt everyone else will have one by the end of the night.
As far for the players, when it comes to their adjustments they made, the game seems to have slowed down a lot here in the third period. Puck management has been the emphasis from what I've seen. And even look on the benches. Usually you'll see a mix of cages and shields. All the players have cages, even number 5 for Quinnipiac, Kate Riley. She started the first period with a shield, switched to a cage. I asked her coming off the ice at the end of the second period if she had to make that change. She said, oh yeah, no way I could have kept that on. Now, if you look at Mitch Benson's mask, the back plate to it, the design there of the blue brain, well, that represents the biggest hurdle in his career, and that goes back to his days at Colgate when Benson suffered a concussion right before the 2020-21 season that knocked him out for the year. Now, Mitch tried everything to get back on the ice, but couldn't shake the symptoms and thought his hockey career was over. Then he met functional neurologist Dr. Anthony Lemo, who's based out of the same hometown as Mitch in Ontario, and he worked with him using rehab exercises on an iPad to use his vision and improve it. That got him back on the ice. Now, Mitch is grateful for his time away because he discovered his passion for biology, which is what he earned his bachelor degree in at Colgate. And he also says it helped him find an identity away from the ice and boosted his confidence as he knows he can do something aside from hockey at a high level. Now he's in the crease, he's increased appreciation and gratitude for his time away from it. Welcome back to Fenway Park, where Quinnipiac has a 1-0 lead over Harvard midway through the second period. And now I'm up in the best seats in the house at Fenway Park, the Green Monster. I feel pretty lonely. No one else is up here. They have it roped off. I said Sonny's name when I walked through, and security gave me the pass. But the view is as good as it gets. The snow is coming down. You want that snow globe perspective? That's what the Green Monster provides you with. Now, last year's Beanpot final had us all at the edge of our seat when BU beat Northeastern 1-0 in the championship. But this year and tonight in this same matchup, both goalies for each team, this is their first taste of the Beanpot. For Northeastern's Devin Levi, well, he was with Team Canada at the Beijing Olympics. For Drew Comesso of BU, he was playing goalie for Team USA. Devin Levi Levi told me that he was woke up at 6 a.m., watched the Beanpot Championship on his phone, and felt helpless. He wished he could have helped his guys and is motivated this time around to change the outcome. As for Drew Comesso of BU, he was watching in the dressing room with USA head coach and former BU head coach David Quinn. After watching BU win it in the finals, he rolled into practice a little bit late. He could tell some of his teammates were a little bit jealous, and he made sure to poke fun at the other Boston guys in attendance. For Levi, when he came on his recruitment visit, this was what he came to. His first taste of the Beanpot. Well, finally tonight, he's on the ice playing for it. And Drew Comesso, he's from Norwell. He knows all about this tournament far too well. Finally, his time has come to play in the crease for his team.